What is up, guys? Now, of course, today in the US the PS4 was released, and last night here in the UK, I think it was 4 AM, there was the big PlayStation launch event, which they had a few announcements at. Now, of course, they were teasing a huge announcement to happen at this event. Everyone was sort of speculating whether it was a game, or, well, we're all kind of assuming it was a game really and wondering what game it was going to be. We did get a huge game announcement, which was there is a new Uncharted game in development for the PS4, which was very, very exciting news. I am a huge Uncharted fan. I don't need to tell you guys that. I love the series. And we got a teaser trailer, and we didn't really learn too much. In the trailer, it was a man's voice. It wasn't Nathan Drake. And it was kind of panning across an old style map, like a sort of treasure map maybe, and the guy's voice was saying that sort of he was after revenge, someone left him or something like that. And there's a lot of speculation going around online about kind of what this means, whether the reason it didn't say, because it just said Uncharted, it didn't say Uncharted 4, which was quite interesting. Some people speculating maybe whether this is a prequel and this isn't officially like Uncharted 4. Some people saying that Nathan Drake is finished and we're going to get a new protagonist, which I definitely don't think is. I don't think the whole Nathan Drake story is done with. I think Nathan Drake will be involved in this. Personally, I believe that Nathan Drake will still be the lead character. I think he's too popular. I think basically you take Nathan Drake away, you take some of the charm away from Uncharted. That's the reason why a lot of people find it popular with the character of Nathan Drake, and I really do think it would be a very risky move if they went with a new protagonist for Uncharted. It's sort of like taking Lara Croft out of Tomb Raider. It wouldn't work, but who knows. Some people saying, this is a very interesting one that I read, that whether we are playing in the olden times and we take control of the original Sir Francis Drake. Of course, if you've played the Uncharted games, you'll know Francis Drake is sort of a main story arc with the whole Nathan Drake thing. He's a long ancestor of Nathan Drake, of course. Maybe we're playing as Francis Drake, hence the name Uncharted, because this is the first Uncharted sort of thing, like the story of how the following Uncharted games came along. So who knows, that's an interesting theory that I've read as well, but it is only kind of theories and everything so far. We really haven't learned too much from the trailer. We're going to learn a lot more, I'm guessing maybe at the Spike VGAs or further along the line at E3 next year. My guess it would be coming out, I'll probably guess at sort of Christmas time next year would be released. This game would be released, so I'm glad we finally got an Uncharted game sort of coming out again. I really love the series, and I'm really excited to see a bit more. But this wasn't the huge news. I think it was that Kojima guy, I don't know his first name to be honest, the Metal Gear Solid sort of creator director guy, was teasing something huge, something like monumental was going to be announced, and this was really kind of confusing me, thinking, why is the Metal Gear Solid guy kind of saying something mind-blowing is going to be announced, unless it was like a new exclusive Metal Gear Solid game, which I wasn't expecting because there is a future Metal Gear Solid in development anyway. But apparently this news, well, I don't really know too much about it, but apparently this news was there is just an exclusive mission for the up-and-coming Metal Gear Solid game, which was kind of not mind-blowing in my opinion. I'm not the biggest Metal Gear Solid fan at all, but an extra exclusive mission isn't something mind-blowing. We see that all the time in like Ubisoft games with Assassin's Creed and things like that, and so I was a bit kind of let down by that, but to be honest, like I said, I'm not a huge Metal Gear Solid fan anyway, so it doesn't really affect me. The main news was Uncharted's announcement. Also as well, Naughty Dog weren't done there with the announcements. They showed a trailer for the up-and-coming story DLC for The Last of Us. Now I'm definitely going to be plugging my PS3 back in to play this. It looked really good. We take control of Ellie before she met Joel, when she was in a boarding school in Boston, I think with her friend, and I can't remember the name of the friend, but you see her in the trailer as well. And of course we know the outcome of this friend's story, because Ellie did talk about it in The Last of Us in some cutscenes with Joel. We know that this character that Ellie's with spoilers there. Actually, I had to stop myself at the last second. So yeah, unless you've played The Last of Us, well, I guess you wouldn't be talking about the DLC if you haven't played The Last of Us. We know, so I'm just going to say it anyway. So apologies, this is your warning to skip ahead a little bit. We know that Ellie's friend, who we see in the trailer, she actually dies. So we know it's going to be interesting to see how this happens, and to see how this friend does die, and how Ellie became the character we know in The Last of Us. But it did make me think, how are we going to play as Ellie? Because obviously she learnt her skills with guns and kind of attacking enemies and things via Joel. Joel taught her the ways of how to attack enemies. I know she kind of like chucked bricks and everything. She kind of held her own, but shooting guns and all that sort of thing was new to her. So Joel kind of took her under his wing. So it's going to be interesting to see how we play as Ellie before she kind of met Joel. But I'm really excited to that. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be plugging my PS3 back in to play that story DLC. So yeah, some good announcements last night, especially Uncharted. Like I said, I'm really excited to see more about this Uncharted game. And yeah, comment below, guys, on what you think. What did you make of the trailer? What do you think's going to happen? Are we going to be playing as Nathan Drake? What kind of story is going to be happening? I'm really interested to see what you guys think. Also, just a quick sort of plug, if you haven't seen it already, check out my previous video I did on like a kind of nostalgic look back at the past generation. I tried to make it a little bit funny, so yeah, I really appreciate that if you check that out as well, guys. So thanks for watching. So leave your comments down below as usual, and I will see you in my next video.